My guest is Tom Hogarth, and Tom, I want to know, can trading be learned, or are the best traders born?
I'm sure they're born somehow, but of course it can be learned. Anything can be learned. I can start playing golf like Tiger Woods. The only thing that separates me to Tiger Woods is desire and repetition.
Is that the same for trading then? Desire and then the discipline to repeat over and over again?
Over and over and over. So
you need to know when to have the light switch on and off. When you're in the live markets, you don't care about what's happening. You care about the one trade that you're going to take, win or lose, you're going to journal, and that's it. You don't care about passing your funded account today. You don't care about getting a payout today. You don't care about getting halfway close to buffer. These metrics that have been instilled into you through prop firms or through rules or through regulation, they don't mean anything. They are literally programmed and designed to make you fail.
There's always an opportunity. So you want to take your time before you get started. And what I mean by that also is to take your time to analyze the approach that you're going to use. Look at how it reacts to the markets that you're interested in. And that really brings me to the third area. Pick a market or a sector or a futures market that you find of interest, one that sparks your interest in the market. Take that one market or that one sector and pick the strongest stock in that sector and focus all your attention on that. Take it apart. Take your trading technique and concept and apply it to that market so that you have an idea of what it looks like when it works. You have an idea of what it looks like when it fails. You have an idea of how much risk you should take on this trade. You have an idea of how patient you should be with this trade. And it's a simple thing. All we have to do is count the number of periods from the beginning of the trade to the end.
So learn the pattern. Okay, that's the main knowledge. Then you actually have to go through the learning curve. You've got to put your time in, you've got to practice. And what happens when you practice the right way is that you're gaining intuition. I talk about something called combinatorial explosion. I talked about a simple flag pattern. Every flag pattern is different because there's 1,000 variables that are going into each trade. How do you tweak each flag pattern? How do you know when to really size up in it? You can't trade every flag pattern the same. That makes no sense. What about a flag pattern when the market is exploding to the upside versus a flag pattern where the market is exploding to the downside? That's just one variable. You got to trade that completely differently. And so, you know, what you really need to do is practice in the right way. You're going to build intuition so that when you're trading, you actually know how to make the adjustments. And
my friends, I don't know who needs to hear this, but your trading is supposed to feel boring. And this isn't just a cliche. And it's something that I think most people overlook. And it's one of the main reasons why you, all your friends, your dad, your mom, your mentor, whoever, are staying inconsistent.
Whatever your goal is, stop focusing too much on the goal and focus on the process. If you fall in love with the destination and not the actual journey, you will never actually achieve or reach that destination, all right? That is the way I approach the markets. Every day. I don't approach the markets trying to make money. I don't approach the money trying to make a dollar amount, trying to make myself happy, to fucking feel some sort of serotonin boost from the markets. No. When I am trading, when I'm looking for an entry, I look for a trade that follows my system, follows my rules, and aligns with my parameters, right? That is how you actually become successful in the markets.
People can learn patterns and learn technical analysis in a very short period of time. And that leaves all of these other intangibles, such as focus, such as discipline, such as sticking to your plan. Those are the aspects where the truly successful traders excel in.
When I'm on the charts, I do not care about what is happening. I don't care about how much money I'm going to make. I don't care if I'm going to win or lose. I don't care about anything other than the actual charts. That's all I care about. When I'm off the charts, I'm stressing. What the fuck do I need to do? How do I need to do it? What do I need to get done for this day? Because these things will naturally lead to the outcome.
The boredom is actually a sign that you and your system is becoming stable. And you're no longer chasing these trades. So here's what that means in practical terms, okay? You stop forcing trades that aren't there. You stop being interesting, or you stop needing to figure out something interesting in every candle. You stop reacting to wins and losses emotionally, and you trade less, but your results get better. That's what boring trading actually produces. Consistency.
So you're looking at that goal and saying, yeah, I want to win. I want to be financially successful. Yeah, I want to make money. Every day I get up thinking, I want to make money. Well, this is the great divide. What you're going to have to decide in order to evolve into the trading mind that can produce success, you're going to have to decide whether or not winning is about making money, or if winning is about performing well.
I think in terms of an aberration, every trader is going to experience the highs and lows, as in the course of a day, a week, a year, or a month, or a career. So that undoubtedly that was a very strong year for me, and it may be what I call an outlier.
So all the material things aside, all the money, the apartment, the cars, the watches, literally throw all that shit out the window. I found a skill that can make me money for the rest of my life. I found a skill that I am passionate about and that I am willing to follow until the day I die. Maybe I switch up in a few years, but for now, I love trading. I love trading. It is
one of the things you can do to practice, but you can journal. All right, you can talk to other traders. You can talk to your mentor. You can watch film back yourself. You can watch film back in a group. Okay, you can create your own study gaggles of people.
The role of failure in learning how to trade or becoming a successful trader?
Well, that depends on your frame of mind. Do you run away from something? Do you run towards something? Failure is a compelling protagonist towards achieving your goals. So use failure. Be scared. Be very scared of failure, and you will succeed.
Failure is actually one of the best, if not the best teacher for you. A lot of the times, guys, you guys will make mistakes, and it doesn't take a lot of the times you guys don't listen to someone that's giving you advice to avoid the mistake. It takes a lot of the times you making the mistake and falling flat on your face long enough for you to actually fix the mistake.
So if you want anything in this world, you got to stop thinking about the end result, and you naturally are able to achieve the end result much faster. So for example, if you have the deadline of saying, I need to pass my funded account in a week, right, by next week, versus not having the timeline instilled into your brain on when you're going to even pass, you end up passing faster the second time over. But if you sit there and you're so worried about passing, or you're so worried about getting the payout, it's so difficult for you to actually sit there and get the payout.
It's easy to call yourself a trader, but it's very difficult to get to the level where you are a consistently profitable trader. And there's no shortcut. You can't buy a book, you can't attend a course, you can't listen to anyone. You see, you can't be taught anything. I cannot teach you anything. You have to decide to teach yourself. I can guide you, but ultimately you, in any endeavor in life, be it sport, be it politics, be it education, you have to want it yourself. And that's what separates the 99% with the 1%, the ones that truly dream and dare and go for their goals and their vision. The most important thing about trading is that it isn't technique, it's in the mind. The great trader, the great trading mentality is born in the mind. That's where you start.
Trading is a psychological game. Trading has nothing to do with, yes, it has to do a little bit with your model, your strategy, your approach to the markets. Your model and your strategy is so insignificant to the psychological aspect of trading. If you have let's see.
With what is your goal in trading? It may sound weird, but it's not. You know, most people, their goal, quite understandably, is that they want to make money. They want to win, and they certainly don't want to lose. And most likely that's proven successful in other areas of their life. And so they bring that success formula in about winning, and they get to it, and all of a sudden they discover something is really wrong. Somebody didn't say something to you because you're unprepared for suddenly, I can do it in simulation when the money's not real. But suddenly when that money gets real, all sorts of stuff starts happening. I can no longer actually trade my plan and plan my trade. It's just boom, it's totally different.
With entrepreneurship specifically, because if you're a day trader, you're an aspiring entrepreneur. In entrepreneurship, failure is not a bad thing at all. It just means you're making progression, right? Failure means you're making progression. Every loss that you have is progression towards your goals. It is progression towards.
Yeah, it matters when it wins. You prove yourself when you win, and you get status, okay? And what you don't want to do if you grew up in a competitive family is you don't want to lose. Oh, bummer. I hate losing. How many times have I heard that as a trader psychologist? And yet, the successful trader wins by being an expert at losing.